applications, personal statements, and presenting yourself. What can you do? How you can present yourself effectively when applying for jobs. And as I've already said, it's not only in speaking, it's also in writing. How does it work? How do you best and present yourself in order to get hired, in order to get a job? So, right. Okay, I think that it skipped. Apologies, this is not my computer, so I'm a bit, okay. So I'm going to slide 2, 3, okay. So where and when do you present yourself? Where and when? Is it only a job interview? No. Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you to get your phone and scan the code. And when you scan the code, it will take you to the Mentimeter site. And what I want you to do, I want you to answer this question: where and when do you present yourself? Where and when do you present yourself? If it's difficult for you in English, you can type in Ukrainian. Yeah? So you can type as many answers as you can, I believe. Are there 10 tabs? 10? Oh no. How many tabs do you see? 3. 3 only, okay, that's fine. It means you can only submit 3 answers, but if you want to submit more, you can scan the code again and submit it again. I'm going to switch to the site. Your answers are coming up here. You can still scan the code. Okay. Right, shall we get the feedback? Right, so where do we present ourselves? Where do we have to present ourselves? You just can say, I'm not going to say.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, okay, everywhere.
Network.
At networking events.
She was everywhere as well.
Everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Even when you came here today, if you are new, did you have to present yourself? You did. And when Helena was introducing you, you had to present yourself. Okay, so at a party, at social events, when you meet new people, at the interview, in a new company. Let's say I have started a new job. I have to present myself every day to people, to new colleagues that I meet on a daily basis. When I go to trainings, I have to present myself. Every single day, I have to present myself everywhere, even to a neighbor who I haven't met, to somebody who you start talking to on a public transport, or absolutely everywhere, absolutely everywhere. But the main thing is what? For jobs. Where do you have to present yourself? When you get shortlisted for an interview, you have to present yourself in a job interview, at a job interview. And when you have to present yourself at a job interview, there are lots of things to consider. There are lots of points to take into consideration. Very, very, very important things. And there are lots of difficult questions that you can be asked. Do you think you can prepare for those questions? Do you think you can anticipate and predict which questions you could be asked? No? Almost. Majority of the questions you can predict. There are common questions which are asked at any job interview, and there are some specific questions that are related to the job that you're applying for. But the most common, I would say, and the most difficult question. What is the most difficult question in a job interview that you can be asked if you are not prepared?
There's some psychological and hypothetical.
Psychological, yeah?
Hypothetical question, how would you behave in this situation, in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
You never know the right answer.
Okay, because there is no right answer. That's why you don't know what is the right answer, because there is no right answer. And why do you think they ask them? Why do you think?
To see how you react.
To see how you react, to see how you answer, to see how you react in unexpected situations and how you can deal with those situations, and to see your thinking, your critical thinking, your psychological thinking, to see you, who you are, what you are like. So what is that difficult question that requires a little bit of a speech? What is that? Tell me about yourself. And then when you are asked that question, then you just, that's it. What shall I say? Your mind goes blank. When does your mind go blank? When you are not ready, when you are not prepared. Even English native speakers will not be able to answer that question if they are not ready, if they haven't prepared. Do you think it's easy to answer this question correctly? No. Why not? Nobody knows. Yeah. Okay, so now let me navigate this. Right. Sorry, that's not my computer. And yeah. Okay. Escape, yeah. I don't see escape.
On keyboard.
F11. Okay, that's not my. Where did you click? Escape there. Okay, right. So. Okay. So what is that? An elevator. Yes. In American, we say, in American English, we say an elevator. In British English, we say a lift. And So I don't think I'm opening the one that I need, to be honest with you. Let me just go back to, it's a bit difficult to navigate if it's not your computer, so I'll just go to the slideshow again. Right, so, okay, so what is an elevator pitch? We call it an elevator pitch. So it's a slang term used to describe a brief speech, yeah? Brief, short, yeah? That outlines an idea for a product, service, or project. So the name comes from the notion or the idea that the speech should be delivered in a very short period of time. Let's say 20, 60 seconds. However, it can be longer than that. That's the time, the length of time that takes for the lift to go up and down. And that's the time frame within which you are supposed to sell yourself, to deliver the speech, to tell somebody about yourself. So how do you do that effectively? What are the tips? Let me just open my document, my lovely document. I love working here, so, right. So it should be short, and as I said, well, the length of time really varies from 30 to 60 seconds, could be longer, depending on the situation, depending on whether your elevator pitch is informal or formal, whether you are introducing yourself to somebody at a social event or at a networking event, depends, it all depends. But when you are at a job interview, of course, your elevator pitch should be slightly longer. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion, because I think that 4 sentences is not enough, is not sufficient to sell yourself when you are in a job interview and when they ask you this first question, because that's how you make the first impression. So whatever you say in the first few seconds, in the first minute of your job interview, when you are asked the question, tell me about yourself, that's when you make the first impression. And that's when the interviewer knows or thinks, yes, I want to know more. So you don't say everything in these 30, 60, or even slightly longer, 60 seconds, or maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. No, not 2 minutes, minute and a half probably. You say a little bit more than you would, for example, to somebody in the lift or at a social event or something. And but you don't say everything. You just evoke the interest. You have to grab the attention. You have to say something interesting, something intriguing about yourself. So basically sell yourself. How do you do that? How do you do that? Okay. And there are some tips how to do that. And the good method, yeah, I found a good method, 15-minute method, how to do that. So just grab a paper, the sheet of paper, and just write down everything what you want to say about yourself. So you have to prepare for that. Everything what you want to say, the best features, the best strengths, your best achievements, everything what you want to say. After that, okay, so the questions you should consider when you are writing those answers are, so, okay, what makes you different in this field, for example, in your field, in your area of work? How do you stand out? Unique. You are unique. Can you say why? What is exactly unique about you, about your skills, about your achievements, about your personal qualities, about your experience? What benefit would you like to bring to the world? And if you are making a career change, how do your current skills and experiences relate to where you want to be? So you basically have to relate your past, your present, to the future in your short statement. Then, okay, you've done the rough work, and after that, you have to, what do you have to do? You have to have a look again what you've written down and try to leave only the most important, only the best things about you. So, and you write it on a sticky note. Well, again, for me, it's not enough space on the sticky note, yeah? Because well, that's not for me, but I can write on a few sticky notes. Yes, that's me, okay. One, no. So, what do you do? Why does it matter? And why do you do it? And what's next? To be honest with you, when I wrote my elevator pitch, I went back to this and I thought, okay, I know what I do. Why does it matter? Why is it important? What impact does it make? What difference does it make? Why? Why am I unique? What is unique about me? What is unique about me doing my job, for example? Yeah, I teach, okay, there are plenty of teachers. They do the same job. Why am I unique? So you have to think why you are unique, and you have to write it. So it's a very important thing to know why. Why do you do that? Why is it important? What difference does it make to not only to you, but to other people, to the company, to other people? And what's next? You have to relate it to the future as well. So then, when you've done it, you have to practice. You have to practice, 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 practice. You can even record yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to memorize it, and if you forget one word, you just don't carry on. No. But it's very important to practice, practice, and practice. I did write something about myself. Let me just try to find it. Okay. Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, I have 3, but again, they are slightly longer. So my third one, it took me 15 minutes to think about my new job as well. So it was easy to write about my previous role. And then I thought, okay, I have to change it. Yeah, I have to make some changes because I've changed my role. I have to say something about my new role. So I am an ESOL lecturer with extensive experience teaching English as a foreign language. So I said what I am. I answered my question. Okay. Now, I am a program area manager at Morley College, and I effectively support teachers and learners by organizing, scheduling, and managing teaching and learning process, ensuring smooth and effective operation. So, I don't just say what I do, I also say how I do it. And I also say what difference it makes. Did you notice that I said I effectively support teachers and learners by organizing, scheduling, managing a teaching and learning process, ensuring smooth and effective operation. So you have to choose to say something that you don't just do it. Why do you do it and how you do it? What impact it has on the others. Then I make a difference in my students' lives, and that is what inspires and motivates me the most. I help them succeed in their challenging learning journey. I'm really passionate about innovative teaching methods and technologies. And I'm really passionate about integrating innovative teaching methods and technologies, which has made my lessons more engaging, fun, and effective. Sharing best practices through teacher training has enhanced both teaching quality and boosted student outcomes, while promoting and supporting a greener and paperless approach. So my aim is to develop and implement effective operation and management strategies to make a difference in teachers' work-life balance, to achieve the highest level of work efficiency as well as their well-being. So it wasn't easy for me to think, okay, what difference do I make now? You know, if I have just started, but I know exactly what difference I make to my students, to my learners, yeah? And that's what inspires me. And then later, I just said what I want, what is my aim. So I relate my current duties and responsibilities to the future, what I want to achieve, what is my aim. So I would say I would shorten it slightly, yeah? It's a bit too much, but this is just me. This is my personality. I always do more than I should. And so you don't need to write that much, but you can do. So I think I am in the second stage of writing this elevator pitch, and I would slightly shorten it. So if I need to say a little bit, then I would make it slightly smaller, slightly shorter. Okay, do you have any questions so far? Okay, so let's go back to my document, my whiteboard. So, what questions do you need to answer when you are preparing your elevator pitch? Yeah? What do you do?
For a different occasion, we need
a different elevator pitch. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. So we are talking about job interview, and depending on the job you are applying, you have to adapt. You have to tailor your elevator pitch towards the job you are applying for. And you are right. You have to adjust your elevator pitch depending on the situation. And if you are, for example, at a networking event, you don't have that much time. You just say a short statement about yourself. So you just make it shorter. So then you just take one sticky note and write half of it on the sticky note and practice. Stick it onto the fridge and practice. Okay, so that's a little bit more about the about elevator pitch. All the information and all the resources will be available for you. I'll share with you the code, and all presentation with all the resources will be on your phone in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so CVs. What are the main job application documents, and what is important? How can you present yourself in a CV, and how can you do it effectively? What can you do? How can you stand out to get shortlisted for a job interview when, for example, you apply for a job with a CV? Can somebody tell me?
To use the keywords.
Yes. What are the keywords?
From the job description.
Absolutely. So no matter how good your CV is, if you apply for a job that doesn't match the job description, that doesn't have any keywords which are in the job description, then you are not going to get shortlisted for a job interview. Why?
Because they use AI.
Because your CV goes through the application tracking software. This is the machine, this is the computer, and this is the computer, yeah. So that is the first stage. So when you apply for a job, you have to take the job description, study that job description thoroughly in detail, and highlight all. I know that we have to go paperless. I know that. Yes, I'm supporting this green skills, green approach. However, I sometimes like to take a highlighter and highlight on the paper all the keywords. Okay. Then you take your CV and you compare. You say, okay, should I apply for this job? Do I have those skills? Well, you may have the skills, but you may have different vocabulary, different words to describe your skills. So your job is to adjust. Your job is to amend your CV. Your job is to use the words that they want you to use, okay? Without this, you cannot get shortlisted not for a job interview, for the second stage. It's not the job interview yet. Okay, so when you go through that stage, even if your CV is not that great, even if your CV is, I'm sorry, rubbish, okay? But what I mean by that, if your CV is not perfect, but you have that vocabulary, you have those key words which match the job description, okay, then you go through that stage, you pass through that stage, and then your CV goes to the human. And then that's where it matters how good your CV is, how well written it is, and there are lots of other things which are important, which we are going to talk about later on. But this is only one way of presenting yourself. So you are presenting yourself in a CV. Another way is a job application, yeah? So how many of you applied for jobs using the application form? Okay, application form, yeah? So may I ask you, what job did you apply for using the application form?
Office of the volunteer organization.
Okay, and Natalia, what about you?
No, it's a different type of jobs.
Different types of jobs.
But am I asked
Give me one example.
like account assistant, for example?
Okay, right. Did you have that job description with person specification document sent? Or was it just a simple application form?
It was simple application form, and after that I had to upload my CV.
You still had to upload your CV. Okay. Tanya, what about you?
No, it was a specific document because there was the 30 position where I can need now some information, or I must know a lot of experience, and it is maybe 30 position.
Okay. You mean 30 points?
Yes.
30 points in the application form. Okay, may I ask you, was there a section where you had to write a personal statement? Personal statement? Does anybody know what I'm talking about in the application form? Personal statement. Yeah. Yes.
I received
Sorry.
an application form once, and there was a question like, why should we regret if we don't hire you? I just closed the page on this question. But I think they wanted something like personal question.
Was it the online?
Sorry, yeah, it was online.
Online.
It was a good job opening, but on this question I just closed the tab.
You closed the tab.
Why do we regret if we don't hire you?
Why would you regret? Why would you be not happy, sad, and cry if we don't give you a job, let's say? Yeah. And
Well, they wanted something like a personal statement, probably, but I just didn't know what to write and post it.
Okay, I think I will focus on the job application and the personal statement slightly later when we talk about the CV. Or if you want me to show you an example, I could show you an example. Depends what jobs you're applying for, depends what is more relevant to you. Because I have never ever applied for a job with a CV. Maybe because of the type of my job. Yeah, so a teaching job always goes through the application process, and it's a very, very long application form. And again, when you complete that application form, there is a separate document which is called job description with person specification. What does it mean? It's a list of requirements. It's a list of skills, qualifications, experience, personal qualities, everything what they want from you to meet in order to be able to do that job effectively, in order to be able to get shortlisted for that job. So you have to demonstrate in your personal statement, they don't accept CVs, you have to write. You have to write, it's like an assignment, you know assignment? Скажу українською мовою, так як курсова робота. It's like an assignment and it's very, very lengthy because the job description itself is like 3 pages. Imagine how much you have to write, tick in each box, you know. And now, as a manager, I also participate in the recruitment process. So I have recently had to shortlist candidates for a job interview. So I am directly involved in the recruitment process, and I know how it works from the managerial side now. So what we do, we are given the application forms, managers, we are given the application forms by the HR, okay? And we have the job description, and what we do, person specification, job description and person specification. And what my job is to match the criteria with the skills and the qualifications and the work experience and everything of the applicant. And we have to give the score. So let's say the applicant has to have a teaching qualification, PGCE, and apart from that, the qualification level 2 in maths and some other qualifications. And if the applicant didn't write in the application, for example, that they have that qualification, maths, then the applicant doesn't score anything, or scores, for example, just 1. Or if they mention, for example, I possess a full teaching qualification as well as maths level 2. So when they say that, they score 4, for example, or 5, yeah, like everything, all full scores, let's say. If they don't say, even if they have that qualification, but they don't say that in their application form, that's it. They don't get anything. It's a 0, okay? Another example, for example, they have to show the ability to use, like the compliance officer has to be able to use specific software, yeah? Or be familiar with prevent and safeguarding, okay? And when I go through the application form, I can't find that. I can't find a single sentence in that application, nothing. So it's a 0. And then at the end, all the scores are summed up, and then people get shortlisted. So if, let's say, the candidate scored the highest number of those scores, they get shortlisted. So if you don't write your personal statement, let's say matching the job description, not the job description, the person specification, matching and meeting all the requirements for the job, what they want you to have, then you don't get shortlisted for a job interview. Even if you just mention that, for example, I don't have that experience, but I have a transferable skill, or I am learning something. So even if you don't have experience, or even if you don't have the qualification in something, you have to mention that you are happy to do it. You are happy to learn that. And you are a quick learner, or you have a transferable skill that could match their requirement. Does it make sense? So from the managerial side, I can see now how it works and how you get shortlisted. So if you don't say that in your application form, then you don't get shortlisted. So you have to address every single point in your job application form in order to get shortlisted. So I would say it's very easy to get shortlisted for a job interview if you know how to do it, if you know what they want, if you know what they expect you to do. If, for example, you see, okay, I don't have chances to get a job because I don't have these, then it's probably better to see where you can, for example, apply for a job where you can use your transferable skills. Because in many organizations, they have this system where they shortlist candidates based on the system, because they have systems in place. Similar thing applies for the CVs. Yeah? So with the CVs, your first stage is to go through the ATS, and this is machine. And it's easy to go through that if you know how to do that. If you tick all the boxes, if you have all the relevant vocabulary, if you have all the keywords from the job description. But you don't just simply write them without thinking. You have to write them in your own context. So you have to use, I'll give you some examples. You will have to use your own experience and use the words, use the words, use the key vocabulary, keywords, but write about yourself. Make it personalized. Write about you, write about your achievements. Use the word, but personalize it with your experience. Personalize it with your achievement. Write figures. So if it's about some sales, for example, that you managed to increase sales, or you were, for example, an excellent salesperson, you have to give figures. Use the keywords, but in your own context. Personalize your CV, personalize it. Make it yours, your personal one. Okay, so, right, let me see. So keywords. So we have to use them, and then to go to the next stage, when it goes to the human, we have to use action words. So what are action words? Action, powerful.
It shows your achievement.
Yes, they show achievements. They show achievements.
Results, activities.
Results of the activities. So basically, I catch myself sometimes as well at using passive vocabulary. Or I did that. I have experience in this. I was responsible for compiling the data, using the spreadsheets, and what else? Okay, you did it, and what is the result? What is the effect? What impact did it have? What did you achieve? What difference did it make for you, for the company, for the learners. Yeah? So we don't want passive vocabulary. We don't want to say, we don't want to see in your CV, I worked, I was responsible for. Even though you can have it, I'm not saying that you cannot have it. I dealt with, I liaised with, it's fine, you can have it. But make sure that you have some figures, you personalize it, and you show achievement in your further statement, let's say. If you use passive vocabulary, make sure that you personalize it with some figures, with some achievements, with some results. So, action words. Sorry, I'm a bit slow here. Okay. But the most powerful words reserved for your personal profile. So what I wanted you to do, I wanted you to have a look at some words. I have prepared one activity for you. I hope you don't mind being active a little bit and move around. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you some verbs. Verbs? Okay. Jump. Is it active or passive? Active. Okay. Stand. Passive. Okay. I studied at university. I studied so many subjects. I did so many exams. Passive. Why? Yes, it's the process. Okay, I did it. I studied. I worked. What is the result? Okay, I want to hear what's next. Okay, so we have passive vocabulary, but mainly it's the verbs, it's the action. Okay, powerful, and we have powerful. Sorry, we have passive and we have powerful. We have dynamic, progress, and we have achievement. Yeah, the result. Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you to take a card. Okay, I didn't shuffle them. Didn't have time to shuffle them. So I want you to take the card and read the word. If you don't know, don't worry. You can ask somebody, or you can even check in your phone. Don't worry. If it's a weak and passive word, stand on this side. If it's a powerful and strong verb, stand on this side. Okay? Yeah, please help me to distribute. Just, yeah. Yes, so you take the word, take a card. If it's weak, come to this side. If it's a strong word, powerful, come here to this side. Don't worry. Sometimes it can be not that accurate. Sometimes it could be both. Too many. Okay. Managed.
Is it, passive?
Passive.
Sorry, it's not action.
It's not active.
Not because it's in past.
They are all past. They are all past. It's not about active or passive voice. It's about the meaning. Whether, do you think it's a strong or weak word?
Very strong.
Very strong. Okay, if it's very strong, go to that side. Okay, I've got some more cards. I've got some more cards. Led. Okay, resolved, rectified. Okay. 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 Right. Right. So what I want you to do now, okay, what I want you to do now, I want you to find your partner. I want you to find your partner. Yes. Find the matching word. Find the matching word. Find the matching word. Find the matching word.
Started direct.
Huh? Tried. Tried. I think fixed. This one. I think this.
Yeah, this one is.
Okay. Directed. Supervised. Both of them are strong, I think. Participated. Okay. Directed and led. Somebody had managed. It could be strong, but I have a stronger one. So do you think they could match? Maybe. Okay, if you say so. Did. Showed. Yes, that's right. That's right, yes. Okay, if you found your match, stand together, please. If you found your match, stand together. Started. No? No?
Did.
Started?
Did. And did.
Did. No. Could be, but there is another one. Audited. Checked. Yes.
But maybe.
Yes. Stand together. Tried.
And did. No? Did.
Something else. Supported. Could be facilitated.
Maybe
Facilitated. Participated.
I don't know.
Maybe something else. Okay, what did you participate? Which one? Supervised. Yes, exactly. Yes. Stand together.
But my word is active.
It is.
The person leads someone.
Yeah.
To control someone. This is just
Yeah. So yours is active. Yours is slightly passive, slightly weak. Yeah. Okay. So anything else? Made. Did. Okay. No, not this one. No. Did. Okay. Made is here. Made. No. No. Modeled is showed. Yeah. What about did? Okay, I did a course. I did some training, and what is the result? Completed, achieved. I'm not saying that everything is just this way. No, there are so many other words which can be synonyms, so this is not the only way. But try to find a few more. So
maybe we can mark it powerful and weak. Yeah?
You can? Yeah, you can.
Help us.
No problem.
Help us, please.
Okay. I'm going to have that on the board in a minute. Yeah, okay. That activity, okay? So, right. Shall we have you found? What all partners? No? What about maid? Maid? You're not sure? No? Okay, I did a course at the university. I did masters. Okay, what was the result? Did. I did. Achieved. Completed. Implemented. Okay, implemented. Maybe modified, transformed. Okay. Try to speak to more people. Okay. Participated. Huh? Sorry? Contributed. Thank you. So, participated and contributed. So, if you participated in something, you contributed. Okay? So, participated here. Okay. Right. So what I wanted you to do, I wanted you to say the word and the match in pair. Okay. So, who shall we start with? Right. Sorry, your name is Tatiana. Okay. Can you say the word? Participated. Okay? Participated. So you participated in Facework Ukraine. Yes. You participated in Facework Ukraine. Okay. What was the result of the participation? Contributed?
No, I think contributed is a weak word because there are so many strong words that
Why is it weak?
Because there are enhanced, optimized, improved, and then there is a result that was to be.
I absolutely agree with you.
Is it your result or the team's result?
That's what, exactly. So that at in some situations it could be considered weak. In some situations it, not weak, a bit weaker, I would say. But if you, for example, take participated and contributed, when you look at these two, then participated will be weaker and contributed will be more powerful. Okay? So, shall we check them all together? Shall we? Yeah. Okay. So take your seats and let's check them together. I actually have them on the word wall, but I'm not, we are running out of time, so we don't have the time. Okay. Something happened to my software. Okay. Right. So, let's read. Okay. Do you mind reading, Tanya? The first one. Worked together with somebody. So when you just say worked, it's not good enough to say I worked with my colleagues in a team. It's better to say, Tanya? Yeah?
Collaborated with.
Yes. So these are stronger, more powerful verbs, and they are action, and they show, they don't only show what you did. Okay, because we use the words, those words, to show what? To tell the employer about your experience as well as skills. So even if you say, I collaborated well with my team, with my colleagues, it doesn't only show what you did, or for example, we collaborated together on the project. So you don't only say what you did, you also say how you did it, and you demonstrate the skill. So you demonstrate your teamwork skills. And if you just say in a CV, I have excellent teamwork skills, it doesn't say anything because it's vague. What is vague? Vague? General. Okay, I have teamwork skills, you have teamwork skills, you have teamwork skills, you have teamwork. We all have teamwork skills. And if we all write down the same sentence in a CV, how do you stand out? How does it make you unique? How does it make your CV personalized? It doesn't. So when you use the language collaborated with. And when you are specific, when you say exactly who you collaborated with, or, for example, what project did you work on? I mean, collaborated with on producing, let's say. So you don't just say, I worked on a project together with my team, because it's too simple. You can say, I collaborated with my colleagues on, let's say, on a project, Green Skills project, for example, and we have achieved, and then you say what you have achieved. So you have to be specific. You have to be specific. I recently read an application form which was created by an AI, artificial intelligence. And it was perfectly written, but it was so generic, with no examples, with no specification, with no details. So when I read it, I said, okay, well written, well done, AI. But what do I know about this person? Nothing. Nothing specific. I don't know what software, for example, the person worked with, what the person did on the computer, or something else. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So don't rely solely on the AI, on the ChatGPT. Yes, it's a very good tool, but use it only when you need help. So let's say you write it down in your own words and you ask ChatGPT to help you, to make it better, to improve, to refine it. So, made, weak, yes, created, designed, produced, developed, participated. Yes, I participated in a project, okay, and what was the outcome? Yeah, I contributed. Could be I designed something, or I created something, or I introduced. So there is not only one way, and there is not only one word. This activity was just to show you the idea that when you, for example, go back home, not tonight you're not going to look at your CVs, when you have time at the weekend, look at your CV and say, oh yeah, I have these weak verbs that I need to change, or I need to personalize my excellent teamwork skills with some data, with some information, with some details. Yeah, I have excellent communication skills. Okay, and what else? Yeah. How? Give an example. Okay, so gave, provided, supported, facilitated, oversaw, watched over a team, supervised a team, much more powerful, tried. I tried a new system. I implemented a new system, or you can say I initiated or I introduced. So there is not only one word. So let's say if you were a leader and you introduce something new, you can use different vocabulary. You can use a more powerful verb to say about that. Then did. I did a course. Yeah, we were struggling because there are lots of different verbs that you can actually use instead of did. And so these words like did, worked, they are overused. They are general. They are vague. They don't mean much. Yeah, they're not powerful. So you really have to go through your CV and have a look. Oh, how can I make it better? How can I improve it? How can I replace some weak vocabulary, some weak words? So accomplished, completed, achieved. This is what they want to see on your CV. I'm not saying my CV is perfect, no. After today's session, after tonight's session, I'm going to go back to my notes and I'm going to change my CV. That's what I normally do. And same thing as I was teaching the interview tips, the interview techniques. Before I went to a job interview, I followed my own tips, and I studied, I prepared for my job interview, I prepared an elevator pitch, I prepared my presentation, and I prepared answers to possible questions as well. So I'm preparing as well. I'm working on it. So it's a constant work. Your CV is a continuous, is a working document, and you can have as many CVs as you want. And when you apply for jobs, you tailor your CV, you adjust your CV specifically for that job. If you don't do that, you will not get shortlisted. If it doesn't have the key words to go through the ATS, yeah, the applicant tracking system, to get to the next stage when the human looks at your CV. Okay. Any questions so far? Yes.
Do you know about any good tools to maintain your CV? So I know about Resume.io. I like it, but it's expensive, 19 pounds a month. Like something where you can edit the text and then transform it to PDF in different styles and use it.
You mean the format itself, or?
Yeah, like format the text to different different paragraphs of it, and then transform it to PDF, so it was like easy to send.
You want to transform it into PDF?
No, AI tools for
The
tools to
change CV,
where you can
update it,
keep your CV, update it, and then when
Okay.
you need to send it, move it to PDF. Like.
Well, I personally use ChatGPT. Personally. And it's very practical. It's very easy. I don't choose anything which is not user friendly and not easy and not quick. So I use ChatGPT, and but you have to set the task properly. It doesn't convert the document into the PDF straight away. How I do it, maybe there is another way. I just copy and paste into the Word and document, and then from the Word document I convert it into the PDF. So this is easy to do. But yeah, I'm sure that there are lots of AI, applications, new applications. They appear every day, but that's how I work. CV. When we talk about the CV, there are so many different templates, already available that you can use, like CV Builder. A CV Builder. I can show you one.
Please leave something for CV session.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I am going to share with you all the resources, and there is a link. So when you scan the code, when I send you the link, you will have the access to all the websites, and one of the websites I think is CV Genius. It's called. It's a CV generator, CV creator. I haven't tried it myself, but when I was going through, the search, because I was trying to find something. Something good, a good website, a valid website, because there are plenty of them, but not many of them, not all of them are good, I would say. And I found only one which caught my eye, which was quite professional, I would say, and good. So it's a CV, Genius CV Builder. So you can choose any template you want, and you can just complete it with your details, and then it generates the CV. But personally, I do it manually. I don't trust those CV generators, because, as I said, the CV is your personal CV. It has to be your CV. You can use AI help, but this is your CV. Yeah.
I have a question. So
Yes, sure.
For what reason you use ChatGPT to find keywords?
I use it on a daily basis. For example, for CV. Okay, it's
that you're so experienced in CV writing. Why you use GPT Chat? How it can help you or us?
It's a very useful tool, and how you can do it. You can you can, for example, let's say you are editing your CV, you are amending your CV, and you are trying to match it with the job description because you want that job, okay? So you write your CV, try to use those keywords in your CV, but you're not sure whether the meaning is exactly the same, whether it makes sense, you know, because sometimes the same word can have a different meaning in a different context. And for example, when you describe your work experience, that word may not be right, you know. When you try to translate from Ukrainian into English, it doesn't always translate in the same way. It has an equivalent, but it doesn't have the exact translation, yeah? It doesn't. So you have to use different vocabulary. So my suggestion is have a look at the job description, compare it to yours. Is it the same what you did? Ask ChatGPT. Write down a sentence, for example. I did this, this, and that. I was responsible, even though this is a passive, weak vocabulary word to say, phrase to say, but write it down in a simple way, how you understand, and ask ChatGPT to, to tell you whether you are right, whether it has the same meaning or not.
Any powerful verb?
Any powerful verb?
Yeah, I mean, you can ask
yes.
GPT chat to suggest any powerful verb.
Exactly. So, for example, what you can do, I wouldn't do it like as a whole CV. I would do it in chunks. Let's say I want to describe my experience. Yeah, at the moment I'm working on section my employment history, and I need to write down in detail what I did in my job. Yeah, so I write it down, and then I ask ChatGPT, can you please? Okay, not can you please. I normally write please. Please, don't forget about please. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
It is pleased, yes.
You have to ask. You have to say please.
I need your help and advice.
Yes.
Please write this,
And don't forget to say thank you, because it's smart. Okay? So please refine, or please replace weak vocabulary or passive vocabulary with stronger, more powerful equivalent, let's say. Yeah?
What about just please rewrite my with like a job experience into more fluent English for UK, because I think it's important USA or UK.
Yeah.
So yeah.
British, yeah.
You can say please redraft. This is the key word I use when I want the ChatGPT to redraft the existing text, which means I want this better written. I want the improved version of it. So I say, please redraft the following statement. Please redraft this sentence.
Paraphrase could work too.
Rephrase, redraft. Yes. Tailor it to the UK way, for example, yeah? Not Ukrainian way. You have to really think what to write, yeah? Because there are lots of instructions. I actually did the course on using the ChatGPT, but I have to go back and check, because using ChatGPT is about learning how and what to write. What and how to write, the instructions. You have to give the right instructions. If you don't give the right instructions to ChatGPT, it doesn't give you what you want. And so,
To use it like a system.
yes, exactly, yes. So, okay, and
May I ask a question?
sure.
About CVs. I know it's usually you send CV and cover letter, and I thought like all these keywords has to be in cover letter regarding to the job descriptions. And I changed cover letter, but I did just copy the keywords from the description and put the cover letter. But did I understood correctly in CV and cover letter and every, for example, my job experience, I have to write what I achieve and what the results and how amazing I am and everything I have to write in CV, and I'm afraid it should be like 3 pages. And
3 pages what? CV?
Yes, because I heard it's like should be 1 or 2.
2 maximum.
I cannot even how it's.
There are standards. There is no right or wrong way, or for example, oh, this is this way and the CV should be this way. Or for example, you should write your experience or job employment history before the qualifications or this. No, there is no right or wrong way, but there are standards when you write a CV. So when it comes to that, the CV shouldn't be longer than 2 pages. So you don't have to write all your experiences. You can only cover the last 10 years, 10, 15 years. So you don't have to write the experiences you don't want to write, which are not relevant.
These examples in my CV, what you were talking about today, like example of my achievement.
Absolutely. So, absolutely. Otherwise, your CV doesn't make sense. It's not unique. So, sections in a CV, what do you include? Personal profile. Personal profile goes after your details, contact details, but you don't have to provide everything. You don't have to provide everything. Yeah, do you know? Yeah. So then, after your contact details, personal profile. This is your elevator pitch, okay? But it's a more formal, let's say. So you only summarize I think in America they say summary of your experience and skills and everything. So basically, you sell yourself. So when we want to draw a line between the elevator pitch and the personal profile, this is where we are. So elevator pitch is you're selling yourself verbally in a job interview. And in your CV, this is the first thing what the employer reads. And if the employer, for example, if it catches the employer's eye, an employer's interest, then the employer continues reading. If it doesn't catch their interest, then it goes to the bin, you know. So that's why this personal profile is very, very important. And it's the summary of your best qualities, of your best achievements, and of your best personal qualities. So that's what you should write in that personal profile. And it should be personalized as well, because general vague phrases mean nothing. So there must be something personalized there. Absolutely. And I have some examples as well. And again, I've run out of time. Regarding cover letter, yeah? So you send your CV. In your CV, you personalize your CV. Of course, you personalize your CV. You write down about your achievements. So personal profile is on the top. After that, some people write skills and achievements or accomplishments where they describe what skills they have and personalize them, give examples, where they develop them. So you have to use the strong and powerful verbs in skills and achievements and accomplishments as well. So you have to be specific. If you say, for example, I have excellent communication skills, and then you have to specify strengthened while working on the international project with Italian, Ukrainian, and English people, let's say. Just an example, okay? So you have to specify what communication skills, yeah? There are lots of, ways you can describe your communication skills. This is just a short example. I have better examples. This is what just came to my my head now. So after that, after the skills and achievements, what is the next section is Depends what is your stronger point, what is your strength. Is it your qualifications that you want to put first, or is it your employment history that you want to put first? Whatever your strength is. And again, we are talking about the chronological CV because there are different kind of CVs, right? And we are just talking about the most common, the typical most common CV, where you write your personal profile, where you write your skills and achievements or accomplishments, and then in my personal CV, I can find it, but it's going to take some time, employment history, not work history. Because work history and employment history are two different things. Work history is your volunteering, is not employment. Employment is when you get paid. So employment history, and then it goes from now, from today's date, and backwards. In the chronological order, but from now, from today, and backwards. And you don't have to include 30 or 40 years. You can only include 10 years, 15 years. It's up to you. If your experience is relevant, you can include as much experience as you want and go as far as you want. But 10, 15 years is sufficient. And after that, again, the qualifications as well. So you write the dates, qualification achieved, yes, and again, starting from today, from the most recent one. And the last section would be, okay, it's not compulsory, hobbies and interest. No, you don't have to include those if you don't want to. Hobbies and interests, but you can write down 1-2 lines, 1-2 sentences. And the last one, references available upon request. So you don't write your referees in the CV. You just simply write references available upon request, and that's it. That's the standard. And that's 2 pages maximum. It could be 1 page, could be 2 pages. 2 pages, I would say, is like standard, is good. Not 3. And it has to be easy to read and not too much, not too little. Okay. Right. Let me go. Okay. This is an example of a personal profile. Just a simple one. Some people struggle. They don't know how and what to write. Do I write a sentence? Shall I say I am? Or shall I just write, like friendly, reliable, sales associate? So as you can see, it doesn't start as a sentence, yeah? Because it doesn't have I am. It's up to you. So it's, there is no right or wrong here. So you can just choose what is best for you. This is like the summary of your best achievements and best qualities, and yeah, so it's your elevator pitch, really, yes.
We can use the same part for our LinkedIn page and description about us.
Absolutely. So you present yourself on social media. So we, yeah, I did have that actually somewhere in my presentation, and we forgot to mention that. Thank you. So on social media as well, you present yourself in the same way on social media. So it's a short, brief, short description of your of your best qualities and your experience and your greatest achievements. Yeah. So and there is like a small template here. So friendly, reliable sales associate with a 2 years experience selling mobile phones and contracts for EE and O2. Increased monthly contract uptake at EE. Can you see increased? So a powerful verb. By 12% over my initial 6-month period. So can you see it's personalized because the person is talking about experience and results. recognized by EE's regional manager for Wales for my ability to persuade customers to switch from prepaid plans to long-term contracts. Very good one, I would say. Very short, very good, specific, personalized, and powerful. And there are lots of examples in different employment sectors, different areas, so you can have a look and maybe tailor towards you, towards yourself. Just take it as an example and maybe replace with your details, yeah? So, and here is the template. So, you start with an adjective and then your job title, your current job title, and then you write about the experience. And so this is like a short template for you to focus how you write this personal profile. Yeah, some tips. And sorry, it's so difficult to navigate. Sorry, I need to close this. Oh my God. I just want to show you, to go back to my presentation, and I want to show you what you will have access to. So here you have all the information with the resources. I don't see, oh yeah. I think I've lost my mouse. Okay. I don't think I see it. Oh, yeah.
Where is the cat?
Have you heard that about Jerry and Tom? No?
Yes.
You've heard that? Yeah? That joke, the video about Jerry and Tom.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so here you have all the 15-minute method to write your elevator pitch with all the resources and examples. So here you have got 20 plus examples of elevator pitch for different areas, yeah? And how to write it, and some, oh my God, okay. Lots of action verbs to make your CV stand out, and some more tips as well, and some activities, and lots of examples with adjectives and the powerful verbs that you can use in different areas. So they are in the Word document here. And I lost it again, I think, yeah?
You prepared home task for all 10 weeks, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So that's me. And yeah. And yeah, so this is the website that I was talking about, CV Genius, yeah? So there are bad examples and good examples of CVs, and how you can improve your CV. And some good examples of CVs, and personal statement for your CV as well. Not personal statement, personal profile as well. Okay. This is the website that I was talking about. Yeah? And here are some examples for different areas. Can you see? For the receptionist job, the personal profile. For the receptionist job, cleaner, waiter, yeah. Yeah, so basically you can take it as an example and just replace some information with your details. Ask ChatGPT to help you to make it personalized, include some of your personal, details, and that's it. Yeah, so today it was just brief overview. It wasn't like detailed. I just showed you some tips and gave you some ideas. But the rest is your work and the follow-up sessions where you focus on your CVs, on writing your CVs, editing your CVs, amending your CVs, writing cover letters. I don't think I answered your question, Natalia, about the cover letter. So in the cover letter, because it's a different.
I mean, if we will write examples in CV,
You don't repeat yourself in the CV. You just choose the most important points, the most important ones. And so why you write in the cover letter when you apply for a job, when you send your CV? You know, in Ukrainian, what is the name for the cover letter?
we don't have it.
We do. Супровідний лист. Супровідний list. So you have to write why you are, what you're doing. I am writing to apply. This is your first sentence. Dear sir, madam, I am writing to apply for the position of an assistant manager, reference number, blah, 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 advertised on the website, Indeed or monster.co.uk. There are specific rules and standards, much stricter than for the CV. I could deliver the session on that, on the cover letter, because there are standards and you have to keep to those standards. And then you just simply write why you would like. You summarize your best strengths and tailor them to the job description. It's very, very important. Yes, you use the keywords, but you summarize what is in your CV, make it special, make it unique, and personalize it and say why you would like this job and why they should hire you, not anybody else, and how the company will benefit from hiring you. I would say that's what you need to focus on when you write a cover letter. You don't need to write everything in the cover letter because you have a CV. Yeah.
CV у нас як вітрина всіх кваліфікацій, всіх скілів, все решта. А супровідний лист – це чому.
Why? Why you applying for this job? Why they give you a job?
Різні функції у CV, у резюме,
Exactly.
у cover letter.
Yeah. So the reason of the cover letter is to apply for a job. So you are letting them know you are applying for this particular job, not for any other job. And you are highlighting all your best personal qualities and skills and experience and qualifications they want, they require for this particular job, and you say that you have them, and then you say why you are unique, why they should hire you, not anybody else, how the company will benefit from hiring you. And at the end you say your availability. I am available for an interview at any time. Please contact me via my email or my telephone number, and that's it. So you also say in the cover letter what you expect from them. I am looking forward to hearing from you soon. And that's it. So you write what you expect. Exactly, exactly. Do you have any questions?
The keywords, do you need to use exactly the same words or synonyms?
Use the same words. Synonyms you can use as well.
Synonyms, ця програма, вона не побачить ці синоніми. Вона не зрозуміє.
Use the keywords. The machine is smart but not smart. Yeah.
Keywords will be about job tasks, yes, and job goals, yes. So we need to. I mean, like, how to see and feel keywords from your side when we read job description? It's job tasks. Yeah.
І, а вон от тут, Indeed краще. Ну чого воно мені не дає? Це просто.